Hello, this is Tyler with Old Guy Stuff on Busy Corner Lane, and in Tears of the Kingdom, I'm going to show you how to get some good Gerudo gear from the surface. Now, this is all decayed, but it's still good gear. And when I say scimitar, I mean Gerudo Scimitar. I don't mean Scimitar of the Seven. Okay, so starting with my star icon just south of Gerudo Lookout, that's going to be my Gerudo Claymore, and we're going to head from there a little bit west-southwest to my sword icon, which is going to be a scimitar. I choose to do these at night because a lot of the enemies are going to be sleeping, and I can just sneak around and steal the weapons because they just leave them laying around. So I take that, I'm going to go ahead and run out of there because I don't care if they wake up at this point. I'm going to head to the west. And this rock formation, a little bit to the left of my paraglider, is going to have a small camp with 2 or 3 bokoblins. One's on patrol walking around, and one Lizalfo. The Lizalfo has the scimitar. Now I like to make a quick escape. So what I'm going to do is have a rocket shield ready, and I'm going to shock the Lizalfo. He's going to drop that scimitar, I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to rocket out of there. Compared to Breath of the Wild, the shock does not last very long on the enemies in this game. Okay, so for my third weapon, we're going to be at the end of this peninsula where we started, just south of Gerudo Lookout. And I've got 2 small sword icons. Those are enemy camps that have a scimitar. The first camp has 3 bokoblins that are sleeping. My goal is to get in there quietly and pick it up. Then if they wake up, he's not going to have it. And I head to the next camp, which has a couple bokoblins sleeping and one Lizalfo who is facing the other direction eating a piece of meat. I don't know why I'm taking time to think about this, because normally I just go in there, shock him, and take it. But I'm trying to decide if I want to do it a different way. End result is I'm getting that weapon. Now I'm starting right where I was just a minute ago, looking at that camp with the 3 bokoblins that are sleeping. And I'm going to turn slightly to the right, and there's this camp that's kind of on this makeshift tower deal that's got the skull on top. And on the far end of this camp is a bokoblin who is sleeping, and he's got a Gerudo Claymore. Now I do have Majora's Mask, which should be effective on all these places. But if you're doing this early in the game, the most you might have is either the bokoblin mask or the Lizalfo mask. So that's all I'm going to use in these. And I'll still be successful. I'll sneak over, pick it up. Then I'm going to fast travel to Karakara Bazaar. And there's 3 spears we're going to pick up. And the first one is almost straight ahead, and it's leaning up against a building right here. So I angle a little bit to the right, and I'm going to angle a little bit to the left. We're basically going around all this stuff. Climb up on these rocks, and you should be able to see the spear right now. I'm going to pause it for a moment while I'm climbing ladders and ascending to get to the top of this tower. But at the top of the tower, if you have not done the sand shroud or cleared it up yet, there's a Gerudo person on lookout duty. And the enemy camp that I would be pinning right there would not even exist yet. The skeleton will be there, even though it's hard to see, but there won't be the enemy. Okay, what's tricky on this is they're all awake. They're all going to know I'm there. Okay, make my quick escape by surfing. We're going to go to this camp right here. The spear we want is up on top, just below that skull. A Bokoblin has it. And there's a Luzalpa with them that has a giant boomerang. Those have pretty good durability. And normally I don't rock it here. I ascend, but it's a little faster if I rock it, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to pick a different weapon for doing the shock treatment, even though the one I'm holding would do okay. And glide on out of here. Now we're going to go to Gerudo Town. Okay, coming out of the shrine, if you turn to the left and go to the west edge of this room, there's going to be a bow. If I go the other way and I go to the south edge, and you haven't done the sand shroud clearing, but you've talked to Riju, then there's going to be a bunch of Gerudo weapons there. I find it easier just to fast travel to the shrines and glide down, so that's what I do. If I look down and slightly to the right, I'm going to see this orb. Right there by the orb is going to be a spear leaning against the wall. Now we're going to Chichim Shrine. In order to get to this shrine, though, you would need to go to Ancient Prison Ruins and go through this maze to get there. But it's easier to get the weapons from the shrine, so that's where I'm going to go from, is the shrine area. Okay, so from the shrine, just go straight until you can't go anymore. Ascend up. Go forward a little bit and drop down this hole. Go forward a little bit and ascend. There's a lever. You're going to want to turn that lever to the right. That's going to open up a gate on the right. That's going to have a Gerudo and a Scimitar in it. Once you get the Scimitar, come back out of this little alcove or this cell. Go past that lever, drop down, and go through this little opening. You're going to basically angle it to the left so that you're going straight through this part here. Go over those stones, and at this ore deposit, ascend. The Scimitar is going to be right in front of you. Okay, so now we're going to go to the fire maze. Or the fire temple, excuse me. Fire maze, duh. Okay, we're going to go to fire temple. And the way I like to do this is I go to this shrine, and at my little yellow diamond, they have the stuff to make a sled with a fan motor. And so I'll get over here kind of quick that way over to Shifting Sands. All of these weapons are going to be in the basement, so it's easier to go through this. If you have not done all the rejuice stuff, this fire temple will not even be here. But once you have this fire temple here, you can come in and get these. There's not very many Gibdos in this area, but if you want to fight them, you can. Treasure chest with this one. But just past this Gibdo is a stone slab, and if you move the stone slab, the weapon is under it. All the weapons in this fire temple that I've found so far are under stone slabs. So grab it and turn around and go out that little opening and head to the left. This is going to go down, but that's good. If you notice, my mini map is not rotating. It's not spinning. That's on purpose. I think it's easier for people to follow when it doesn't move. At least it is for me. Okay, grab that scimitar and then ascend and continue straight. Fight these guys if you want to. There's a little drop off right at the end, but it doesn't go anywhere. What you want to do is turn to the left. When you get to the bars, turn to the right and then immediately to the left. Basically, you're following the passageway. Okay, we're going to drop down into this area, move the stone slab and get the bow. Continue straight. Okay, to the left of this light is a Captain Construct 4. We want to go to the right over these red blocks. At the end of this small alcove, not at the end, excuse me, drop down the middle and head into the southeast at the end of the alcove is a Gerudo Spear. Okay, if you played Breath of the Wild, this next part's going to look familiar because there is a cave at this place where you would go to from where that chasm is. That chasm was Gerudo Tower in the other game. But inside this cave, which I get to from the Skyview Tower, just paragliding down, is a bow and a radiant shield. Okay, now I'm only showing one of the liques. There's mini shock liques in the wasteland area and the highland area. There's ice liques. Any of the liques that you find in the Gerudo areas are going to have Gerudo weapons or spears. Excuse me, weapons or shields. Duh. And it's random what you get. Okay, so I did this just before this time and didn't film it or didn't record it. And I got a bow. This time I'm getting a scimitar. Scimitar. And I got a radiant shield. Then I got another scimitar, I believe. Okay, if you find this helpful or interesting, hit like and subscribe. This is Town with Old Guy Stuff on Busy Corner Lane. Have a safe, happy, peaceful, wonderful day, and goodbye.